Good morning, it's Marty the JavaScript party and my buddy Rhett. I've got an almond for her. There you go, girl. All right, so here we are. We finished up the delete. So we have in the CRUD so CRUD is an acronym CRUD, and the C is for create, the R is for read, the U is for update, and the D is for delete. So we have everything but the U sort of laid out. The update. So like if you do this, you can create, and then let's add another one, close that. We can go over to this view and we can delete. So now I need to add the ability to update. So probably what I want is I think the update will only be, like, it's not really a grid thing. Um, so I think it's will only be available in the list, and it'll be kind of like the delete. And I don't know how I did that. I definitely want to go down that. So basically what I want to do is, what I'm thinking off the top of my head is we're going to have an update button, and then I'll click that button, and then this will go to update, and then slash whatever the ID of this visualization is. And then you'll get one of these visualizations on the top, and then an editing space here, like, so you can only see one and you can edit it. And that is sort of the 30,000 foot sort of path that we're trying to get to here. So we want to look in tabular. Let's see, I have UI visualization. I'm guessing under, so these are our services. We're not worried about services right now. There we go, app layout, tabular layout. So I think what we want is a new update button. And I would imagine we can just set it right next to this one. So let's see what happens if I just copy and paste. Let's save. There we go. I think that looks pretty good. We probably could use a little bit of space in between them. And I think that would be specific to this component. So I'm just going to say button. Margin, is it 4px? See how that turns out. Yeah, that's a lot better. All right, so we want the first one to read update. And that's pretty cool. That didn't, historically, if you made changes, the whole page would reload, and then you'd have to redraw everything. That was very nice. Okay, so we don't want the delete mat icon. I wonder if there's an edit one. Yep, I think that's good. I don't think we want the warn button. I don't know if warn button is something we made up or if that is yeah, it looks like it's just something we made up. Okay, so let's just make this edit button. Let's see what we lose. That's actually probably exactly what I wanted. All right, so I don't know, maybe we should just get rid of its class altogether. that's good. Now, we don't want to tie it to delete render. We want to edit render item. This is going to get weird because we're editing the whole visualization, which maybe I get edit. I'm just going to make it edit render item, and we'll just keep sort of revisiting this weirdness. And this really isn't going to do anything other than change I think all it would do is change the path. So basically, instead of tabular, it'll say edit, and then dash, and then this ID, and that's all it's going to do. So we do need that to, oh no, that was weird. It wasn't turning into a hand before. All right, so yeah, so when you click this, then the path will change, and it'll just be edit and the ID, or maybe update slash, and then the ID that you're working on. So I guess the next step would be to set up routing. And before we set up routing, we probably want to get the component built out for it. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'll go to my package JSON file, and anytime I go to my package JSON file, I always close others. And then we want to create a new component. And I guess we have these layout. So I guess this app update layout. And that's going to be our layout for updates. And then we'll just call this app update layout. And then I'd like to, in my brain, I like to sort of, before I run this command, I just want to imagine what would happen. And so what should happen is I end up with a new folder in here called app update layout. And this is C for component, app update layout. All right, so I think do we have it? Oh, it's still running. I love you too, Rat. I love you too. Okay, so now we have our app update layout. And it's exactly where we were expecting and all that. So then we want to go to our routes and kind of look at what we're doing there. If it's like my typical routing, then we probably just need to give it the name of the layout or the name of the path and the component class name. So let's go ahead and copy our component class name. I definitely do not understand routing. I have had to build my own routing from time to time, and oh my gosh, that is no joke. Okay, yeah. So basically, I'm just going to follow suit of what I see that I've done previously. I'm going to create one of these update routes. That should not be capital. So we're going to say we want you to show this component anytime we're at the update path. Oh, I think I need to add something to this to tell it that it's going to be accepting a variable. I think maybe I'm supposed to put like dash ID or something here. Can't remember. I'm going to ask ChatGPT real quick. Okay. Trying to get good at using ChatGPT. So I'm giving it enough context that it's the routing code, it's Angular, but I want it to accept an ID. So we'll see what. Let's see, colon, slash, colon, ID. Okay. So what do we expect to happen? Oh, well, nothing, because I'm not using. So we need to add it to our list of routes. It's kind of interesting that const. I don't know. It doesn't seem like something looks weird about the const, but I don't know. Maybe not. No, it doesn't. All right. So first thing we want to make sure is like that it builds. Everybody's happy. Let's take a peek in the console log. Routing is one of the most very mysterious things that I deal with. And actually, I don't even know where. Yeah, I don't know where like the route even gets processed. Because in Angular you can tell it to, handle routing even in the div level. So. I can't remember. I think it would be update and then another slash and then 1. I was hoping they would show. What the route look like. Okay, yeah, another slash. Okay, so I don't know what happened here. Because, oh, I guess we should look at the console. Yeah, so we don't see any problems with the console. For some reason, we don't see our elements, but they just may be hidden. See, oh, here's our router outlet. App update layout. Okay, so the text in there is hidden. You can't see it up there. So I think that's a good thing. I was actually thinking like the entire thing would get overtaken, but actually the um, routing starts after the menu, which is I think a good thing now that I think about it. But I don't. That just wasn't what I had in mind. Um, so basically, now we're showing the route. So what we want this route to have in it is like our visualization and our editing area. So there's going to be like two parts of it. So I don't know. Let's see. So something people used to all that like in a lot of places they will have is they have this concept where they add a wrapper around every div. Anyway, so but I'm not going to do it that way. But I was going to make like class equals app update layout wrapper, but I don't think I want to do that. So this is class is equal to outer, and then in here we're going to have our viz. And then editors. And I'm going to give this a class too. So the concept is there's only going to be one visualization per component, update layout component. Now, I think I will want in the future to to be able to have multiple update layout components in one screen. So maybe you can have two different editing going at the same time, editors. You can be editing two different ones at the exact same time on the screen. I'm not sure how that plays out. I've never really built anything like that before, so I'll have to figure out. We do know we have multiple editors and a single visualization. Let's see. Let's make something for the outer. And what is like... So everything we've done so far, like kind of the background is solid black. But in this, we do not want. And it won't really matter for the top one, the viz one, but it will matter for the lower one. I'm just going to try like a gray. so our outer, let's see, display block. And then let's just give it a height. I don't really know exactly why we can't see anything. It seems like outer should be up here. Oh my gosh, I'm not even looking at the right thing. No, so let's kind of go back. That is really interesting. Margin top is equal to let's go with 60. Now the viz is, like I said, it's just going to be one big visualization. The headers, we do want this to take up, that's kind of weird. Let's see. I wonder why we're getting this. So that's not that tall. For some reason, our body has decided to get really tall. Now it's set to be 100%. The app group is not taking up any space though. App layout is just taking that. App menu is just taking that. The router. Yeah, so I don't know why the body is so big. I did see that we have a height of 100%. I don't know what to do about this. Okay, so over here, I think I did, what did I do? So in the other layouts, does it do the same thing? No, it does not. So it's something specific to this update. So let's go ahead and just bring this back. Well, let's just do this. I'm just going to put the word hello in here. You won't be able to see it because it's going to be behind this menu. But we do not do that. Now let's go to just outer with high. Okay, so that, I don't feel, it's weird to me. It's because of the margin top. Oh, maybe if I made it padding top instead. So then I think we could probably put those other two things back in there. Okay, so we don't want outers. We want editors color to be that color, not the outer. So dot editors. And see, figuring out things like what was going on with those scroll bars is so much easier at this phase. It is so tempting to just be like, oh, um, I'm going to figure that out at some other time, like that's a mistake. All right, so I want my, let's see, what is it? I think it's called visualization. So I want my visualization to take up the top part of the to take care to be the top 50% of whatever screen I'm looking on, and I want the editors to be the bottom 50%. And just it isn't necessary, but I find it to be a little bit easier to sort of make sense of, visualize what's going on if I put this in here, and it does give it a higher specificity for the things, and it does provide a little bit of safety from, accidentally writing a selector that selects something you didn't want selected. Okay, so I know I want this to be flex and like vertical flex and certain things. So, but I don't want to, like, I don't think it's worth committing that kind of thing to muscle memory. See, it's 8:31. Man, this is kind of cool though. I mean, like, this is like, I can't stress enough how, like, this, for this project, like in 10 years from today, this could be some thriving project that millions of people are using, or it could not exist. And almost all, because it could just not even be a thing anymore, because it's just not even worth working on. And that, I think what I'm working on right now is probably the most important piece. If I get this part right, we have a really good chance. Now, at some point after this, I'm going to have to try to shoehorn in a physics engine. I really do think that right after this would be the time to do that. Or maybe more formalized animations. Right now, animations just get like sort of added on in some bizarre place that I'm not even sure of. So formalizing animation is probably the next thing, and then shoehorning the physics engine in would probably be the next thing. Okay, so okay, so I'm asking for some CSS that's going to take 100%, where the outer one is taking 100%, and then these two are taking 50% of the height. Oh, I don't have my computer plugged in. There we go. stacked vertically. Yep. So that I should have probably, you can use Flexbox. All right, so let's just grab this. So this is saying, I love this VH thing. So it's saying take 100% of the height. So that means that my visualization may be behind this menu. Um, you know, like the top of it, and I don't know if that's going to be a problem or not. It You can see through the menu, so I don't think it's a problem. These two icons might get in the way, but I don't think it's going to be a problem. But we'll, you know, yeah, the best solution would probably be easiest to figure out then. Okay, so I don't see any problem. Yeah, so I can just let me just copy all of this. And hey, Kiwi. Oh, guys, that is awesome. Kind of like would want it to be like, since it's all like kind of base colors, it seems like um, adding a little bit of yellow or something to this bottom might make it more pleasant. To natural paper. So FA is linen. Linen sounds nice. Corn silk, beige, old lace, and antique white. You know, antique white is one that just pops up all the time. That is kind of interesting. It probably pops up because it starts with A. So then I'm like, oh, it must be better because it pops up all the time. Very soft yellow beige. Papaya wet. Let's try that one. I think that is nice. I feel like that is a little better. Let's try linen. Yeah, I think that's a little better. But I do like this look now. And then you still have access to this view. You can click there. You can click there. And so now we just need to router link to our ID. Let's see, what time is it? 8:37. All right. So basically our button lives over here. And what we would like is to do like the routing link to there. And I don't know if you do that. I think it's better to do that in the TypeScript because I'm pretty sure there's probably some, I'm going to realize, oh shoot, I need to update the editor to mark it as editing or something like that. You know, like something's going to come up where I'm going to want to write some code, and I would rather do that in here. Okay. Oops, wrong. There we go. To programmatically navigate to the route. So basically we want this. Now the problem is there's a couple problems here. They're all pretty simple. This one is that I have a wrong variable name. And now we do not have router pulled in. It looks like this is the one we want. And I would rather use the inject than that constructor. I find that eject is just like literally like if you ever did anything, like the inject is just so much better than constructor. So it's wild to me that it keeps pushing this one. I would love to understand why. But anyways, so basically we want to do this router. Basically this code, we want to do this, but we want to do it out here with the inject. And, you know, like inject is kind of new, but it's like, the problem is trying to do everything in this constructor. These constructors would just get huge and confusing. And then, and it was kind of hard to know what was being used and what wasn't being used. I think this works a little better. And, you know, the constructor is already sort of trashed up anyway, so it's like it doesn't need anything else in there. All right, so let's see if that is working for us. So let's come here. It's kind of wild because you'll actually be able to add a new thing from the editor while the editor is open, which is kind of interesting. It's going to lead to some interesting issues. Oh. So let's come back. Oh, you know what? This probably needs to be like one of three things depending on our, because yeah, if we're at update here, this should not look like a grid. That's a good one. That's going to be a fun one to fix. I don't think it'll be too bad, but I do like this spot though. And I just wonder like if I should like if I should go through the whole unit tests now that I just have the layout working nicely. Maybe, yeah, maybe get the layout working nicely and then get the unit tests working, end-to-end tests working, and then work on the getting these right based on that, and then kind of go through that process before really digging into actually editing things. So let me see. So if I go here and I add a viz, then I just wanted to double check this. See, now it's to update 13. I think that is so cool. Yeah, I feel like I want to absorb this now. I want to process all this now. I like this spot. I like how everything is working. I can definitely see things getting sort of spinning out of control and then being like, crap, I got to get rid of everything. And this I'm super happy with. So I don't want to find myself in a spot where I need to get to my last stable point, and my last stable point was before this. So I guess I want to do that, and then hopefully, yeah. The big question mark I'm kind of struggling with at this point is this, whether we want to do that as part of this fix, and I don't think so. I don't think I want that mixed in, because that should be work totally independent of. It should only care about the this, and then I don't know. It should never let you click to update. So you can't get to update from here, but you can get to grid from here, or and then you can get to that. Now it's interesting. Okay, so if I say update and then I click on the grid, oh, it kind of thinks I'm on the grid right now. Um, so it sends me to tabular. Yeah, so that's gonna be some fun little code, not absolutely trivial, but also not particularly like conceptually difficult to deal with. So it'll be like a good standalone little task to do. So I think that this though is ready for. I think I would want to commit this as is, and I think I'm okay with it saying editors down here. Um, and then yeah, and so writing unit tests, all that shouldn't be too bad. We are doing very little actual logic, but we'll see. And writing, yeah, and it'll be more fun to get the um, end-to-end testing done, um, started. So at least it's already navigating to there and stuff like that. So that will be cool. And I guess this is a good place to stop. Happy coding, everybody. Bye.